but it's same size, but it's supposed to be better quality.
This is a opening of a chat with Glendora back in 19.
Hi there, folks. We have to do an insert edit. The camcorder got damaged.
This is live in a TV studio.
It damaged the videotape, and on the videotape were 4 jokes that belong to you, and so we have to do those jokes over. But you need all the laughs that you can get. So here's the joke. Now this is the maternity hospital, and it's a waiting room, and the nervous new father said to the man next to him, "Here, have a..."
No, this is the thing I want you to see. This school has begun, okay?
Okay.
School has begun. All right. This is what I want you to see.
Robert Schuller, Garden Grove,
1986.
Do it now, before you forget.
That again?
She wasn't talking to us. Did you notice that she wasn't talking to us?
Who is she talking to?
She wasn't even aware of us. And that was recorded on 8mm Canon VME1 in 1986. Terrific, right?
Yeah, beautiful.
And what you saw was taken from 8mm and put on the VHS, and you just heard it played on VHS. So the whole thing about DV, mini DV, yes, it's great, digital is great, but still that's analog and it's terrific. And it's after, whoops, I'm sorry the door hit you. And it's after, this was made after DVD. Okay. Here is, these
and
are
so
all,
the doctor gave him some pills, and the doctor
the
said
concept here
they take one
is
pill
the
a day
ability to
for
tell
30
jokes
days, and you
without
walk
an
1 mile a
audience,
day for 30
one-on-one
days.
with
So
no audience,
after
into
30
a TV
days,
camera.
He called up the doctor.
Now that's
and he
something
said,
Bob
"Doc,"
Hope
he
could
says,
never
"I'm on a
learn.
pill.
He
I'm
had to
30
have an
miles from
audience.
home. Now what do I do?" And when Sid
And if
went
you
to the
didn't hear that
doctor, his
audience
friend
laugh,
said,
he
"Well,
fell
what
apart.
did the doctor do?" Sid
And
said,
so this
"The
was a
first thing he did
development
was
that was
take
brand
out
new
his stethoscope
of
and
telling
listen very
jokes
carefully
not
to
to
my
an
wife.
audience, but to one person
Now,
over TV.
Her son, she's sure that her son is going to become a doctor. You know why? He's already started to collect.
Old
The doctor
magazines.
give you a clean bill of health? That periscope that you just saw, that was Carmino's tail. Anyway, did the doctor give you a clean bill of health? Harry was asked, and Harry...
Oh, I don't know why we're having this problem. It's fading in and out.
I think I
For
know
my
what
eyes.
the problem
And
may
his
be.
friend
Something
says,
with the
"Did you see a
tape.
doctor?" Howard
then
said, "No, just spot."
When
Mino just
instead of
knocked the
showing
bottle
the
of
tracking
white out
problems, it's making
off
the
the
screen
table and
blue.
playing with it now.
Oh,
on the floor.
you're
Thank
so
heavens
smart.
the
Yeah,
color was on
it's
the
like
white
a,
out.
it's like a
Well,
setting.
anyway,
Oh, you're so smart.
Judy, the doctor said to Judy, "You have acute appendicitis." And Judy says, "Look, Doc, I came here to be examined, not flattered." The doctor
This
said to
says,
Henry, "There's
CBS,
nothing I can do for you. Your
NBC,
sickness is hereditary." So Henry says,
and
"Okay,
ABC and
send the bill
CBS.
to my father."
Because I was on all
And
three
you
of those
like
stations
meticulous
in
doctors?
1986.
I heard of one doctor who was so meticulous that a little girl had the German measles, so he gave her 2 shots, one for East Germany and one for West Germany.
No.
Peter says, "My dog is like one of the family." And his friend says, "Like one of the family? Okay, which one?"
All right, now, we're going to go through this and you tell me when to stop. And this is archive D. You tell me when to stop. It consists of Glendora Cheerful Look at Life, which is 5 minutes of jokes. This is a commercial.
Emily?
I think I may have that one.
Okay. I don't know why it's fading in and out. I had this all rehearsed for you before you came.
The old...
Oh no, what's going on? Oh, okay. Maybe
The
it's this.
motorcycle season. They're selling fast. Don't
This
be
is
left
my
out.
husband's
See the
voice.
motorcycle professionals at
Isn't that a
Farmley
nice
Honda
voice?
next to I-95 exit 23 in Fairfield.
Fairfield, Connecticut. Okay, we're going to
So
search for it.
you and Franklin worked on these together.
Yes, we worked on everything together. We did everything together.
Durafilm insulation, fiberglass roofing, storm windows and doors, thermal replacement windows, seamless gutters and leaders. A&L Home Remodeling beautifies your house. Awnings, concrete, painting, and carpentry.
Smile.
All work guaranteed in writing. Fully insured and workman's compensation. Call 24 hours. Office and showroom.
He was in Connecticut too. Okay, well, we'll search for it.
Time for...
Do you hear that? Came with
say
a
that
character generator. This camera, the VME1 Canon, in 1987, came with this very elaborate remote so that you could operate it. Thank you, little kitty. So that you could operate it remote. You could zoom in the picture, you could zoom out the picture. You could do everything, turn it on and off. And it also came with a character generator. The character generator you see on this screen coming up was made on the camera. You imagine that? You see, that's how sophisticated things were back then. And then as they moved on and the market moved on, they cut out all these luxuries. He's so tired now, he's going to go to sleep. You want this off now?
Yeah.
Okay, if you want it off, you put it here and it... that-
Okay, so I'll just
See, and he's writing to the disc. Okay, I'll go forward. You've seen Carmine?
How did you find them?
We went door to door. And this happened to be Fairfield, Connecticut.
The family requests that no flowers be sent, but that all donations be sent to Visa, MasterCharge, and American Express. Annette is feeding too much plant food.
Tell me when you want to record. You're taking this home with you.
All right.
I'll fast forward for you. Search for it. There it is.
Finishes, lacquer colors, pickling, and wood finish.
Don't throw your old bedroom sets, your dining room sets away. Bring them to us, and we'll refinish them.
Don't spend your hard-earned money on new furniture when Sestaro can refinish it to look like new. Sestaro, just a few minutes off the Garden State Parkway and Route 80 in West Patterson.
Gee, we were way over in West Patterson. Tree brutality. Isn't that awful to cut down that tree?
And can you explain what happened here?
Well, apparently it is where we lived in White Plains, and which is West Harrison. It's actually West Harrison.
Because the lower limbs interfered with passing school buses and trucks.
I'll give that to you again. This is Franklin answering your question.
Well, it's recording now.
Those couldn't possibly touch any vehicle that went by. Well, they were just doing what they were told. They said that it was troublesome, and
See.
so they came and did it. And they had cut some limbs as high as 25 feet off the ground. And they said, well, we just do what we're told.
Now, who is they? Is that Bob, the blonde-haired man, or the black man who grew, the black-haired man who brutalized the tree?
The black-haired man.
Okay, did you talk to Bob at all? Who was this man you talked to?
Yes, that's right.
Did he do all the talking?
Yes, well, I went to Bob first because he was closest. And he was one that said about the school buses and the trucks, I think.
Town of Harrison?
After then, Bob
Town of
came
Harrison.
close by, and I talked to him. As a matter of fact, Bob
You got what you want?
referred me to the
All
other.
through with this, right, Sweet? Nuremberg was the Nazi trials, you know. I was just following the orders when they had the concentration camps. And they did the horrible things to all those people at the concentration camp. Then they had the Nuremberg trials after war crimes, and they punished them.
Mm.
And you see, that was something new, because they never did that after wars before. What we got to get rid of is wars.
How do you think we can do that?
I'd have to sit down. Teach people to get up in the morning at 5 o'clock, spend their time alone with God, hear the pulses, the powerful positive pulses of strength, kindness, goodness, success, accomplishment, peace, greatness, fulfillment, and hear all the things that God has to say to them. That's all there is. Do that the first 2 hours every morning at 5 o'clock, and the last 2 hours at night, 6 and 7. And then we'll have people who won't go out and destroy, and who won't do mean things. We will have perfect people, and we will have peace, and we will have happiness and joy, and there won't be any wars. Now that's what Christ, all that Christ really wanted. If you read John 15, 9 to 17, all Christ ever wanted was for you to be happy. He said it over and over again, but he probably said it most eloquently in John 15, where he says, I have told you these things so that my joy will remain in you. That's all. He just wanted his joy to remain in you. And then he goes on to say, and that your joy shall be full. That's all he wanted. So you have people like Vicky and myself and thousands of others who come along and say this to this generation. I don't know what generation I am, but that's all it is. These were the old, I gotta show you, put that on. I'm going to show you the old signals that we had in early television, and I say early, I mean 1949, 50, 51, 2, 3, and 4. Cut. Stop talking. Half a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. A guy was doing a sports program, and he was given 5 minutes, cue. So he takes all of his second important information, he throws it on the floor, which you don't see on the camera, and then he starts going wind down to 5 minutes, and he gets 4, he gets 3, he gets 2, he gets 1, and then he gets 5. And all of his material is on the floor. It was great fun. And oh yeah, did you want to get back for this one? Yeah, this is, you're behind. This means you're behind in your timing. And this, of course, was hurry up. All those cues we used to have. See, you had a floor man, you had a cameraman, a floor man, and maybe a third cameraman. And then up in the control booth, you had the director. And then you had the technical director who did all of the things that the director told him to do, all the pushing of the buttons, fades, cut from camera 1 to camera 2. And then you had an audio man. That's about all you had in the control booth. This was the early days of television that I'm talking about, when everything was live. There was no film. There was no videotape. It wasn't even invented. It was live, back to back, one show after another.
How do you think tape has changed television?
Oh, it's taken out the spontaneity, and it's taken out the real life. This is real life, you know. Well, you'll see that the Chat with Glendora has that quality. After 54 years, it still has that quality. If anything goes wrong or if anything interrupts, you just level with the audience and you tell them what's going on. And people like that. One woman said over in Newburgh, she said, I was going through the channels. She says, what is this? She sees Glendora. What is this? And then she felt compelled to watch, and she watched it for 2 hours. Over there, the show is 2 hours long. But that's that. She says, you know, it's just like sitting in the same room and talking to a person. So to answer your question, that doesn't happen anymore because it's tape. Of course, the news is live, but the news is all orchestrated. You want to know something? You remember the show You Bet Your Life with Groucho Marx? Do you remember it? Well, it was filmed. I mean film. I don't mean videotape. And I'm talking about 1950, 51, 52. And it was, you want to get that, speaking of what's live? Oh, okay, it's nothing. I thought it came off your camera. Anyway, do you want to know Groucho Marx and all of the ad-libbed, how he would talk to the contestants? You want to know that that was scripted? I worked in the mimeograph department. You know, it was my job to run the mimeograph machine, great big barrel machines. And then I would collate the scripts with fellow workers. And You Bet Your Life, Groucho Marx. It was filmed in Studio D, NBC, at Sunset and Vine, 1952 or so. And it was scripted. Those ad-libs were scripted. And he took a break, and he went out to the artist's entrance, and he said to me, nice evening, isn't it? And he was very gentlemanly and very, very serious. Groucho Marx. They were so funny in the movie, so. Did you ever see any?
Yeah.
Yeah, aren't they funny?
Yeah, really fun. I don't know which movies I've seen. I've just seen, like, snippets. But, yeah, he was really funny.
The four of them were funny. They all came from Brooklyn.
Oh, really?
Marx Brothers, yeah. They all came from Brooklyn.
I didn't know that.
But That was amazing, don't you think, that it was scripted? The ad-libs were scripted. Okay, where do we go next? Figure 10, figure 15 shows.
So it's 55 shows left to the 5,000.
How many times did 15 go into 55? 30, 45. Let's say it goes into 50. You got 4 months, I would say, off the top of my head.
Okay. No problem.
No problem? What's 4 months? October, November, December, January? You got January. And Andrew has to have his in December.
Great.
Andrew's
Thanks for
coming
giving
up.
me an extra month. Thanks for giving me an extra month.
She's a great presenter, I think.
So what's it like to look back on these old shows?
What's it like to look back on the old shows, the old commercials, or the old jokes?
Everything. All the old
it's
shows.
very fulfilling. I was on the right track. I was doing the right thing. I was telling people jokes without an audience and shoulder to shoulder and face to face. I'm going by these. Am I doing right? It was a great feeling. And, of course, I keep mentioning the technology. That was so interesting to see what we had. I think you're done, baby. Don't you?
I think so. And what's it like to hear all the, or see and hear the shows that you did with Franklin?
Oh, you're such a sweetheart. What's it like? The companionship, the support, the laughter, the interesting people we met, and how nice he was to everybody. He was such a gentleman, and he was so concerned, and he wanted to know about their families. He wanted to know about what was going on in their lives. What else now about Franklin? And then it brings me back today how he provided for me so well. He worked on the same job for years and years and years. He worked on the Springfield Union for 10 years. He worked on the Buffalo Evening News. He was a reporter, newspaper reporter, a writer. And I was a television kind of a reporter. And that he stayed with his job and he was loyal to his job. I don't think he ever took a day off, even a sick day. And that he made sure that I would be taken care of if he died before I did. And you can see that he has. He has. He left me about $2,300 a month. I have $2,300 coming in a month. And to take care of things and to do what he wanted me to do. What he wanted me to do was what I wanted to do.
Which is?
Television. It's always been television. Since I was 22 years old and came back working for NBC in Hollywood, I had to sit down with myself the way you must. Even before 22 if you can. And sit down with a tablet and a pen and write down what you hear. And the essence of it is, I didn't know it at the time, I wasn't mature enough, but the essence is that God made you unique. And I mean the word in its original meaning. Unique. It means only one. There's nobody else like you. And you want to know why? Because God's running a complicated universe, and there are jobs to do, and God needs those jobs to be done, and he made you with a special set of talents to do that one job that nobody else can do. So at 22 or earlier if you can, sit down and listen and say, what did you create me to do? I did that, I did it sincerely. The answer kept coming up, television. This was in 1952 or 3 when television was everything. People didn't go to the bathroom because they were watching television. They waited until the commercial. And all these aerials sprung up on houses and made the whole landscape look funny. And so it kept coming up television. And what does it come up today? Television. So you will do that. You will get the answer, and it won't change. how it's expressed and how it's developed will change.
And now it's the internet, too.
What about the internet and television and finding the one thing you're interested in? What about that? What you have in mind?
Well, television, the internet is kind of like the new TV of the age.
Oh.
Like how you said in the 50s, television was everything.
Yep.
Now it's people watch TV on the internet and share videos and information on the
yes.
internet.
And there's one in between, cable TV. First you had broadcast TV, which dominated people's lives. And then it was replaced or overshadowed by cable television. And now we have the telephone companies coming into your homes. And as Vicki says, the internet. What's going to replace the internet?
I don't know.
Television replaced radio. Radio replaced movies and vaudeville. What replaced vaudeville? Now you're getting back to the 1870s. Okay. Isn't that interesting, Vicki? What do you think about it?
What do I think is going to replace internet? I'm not sure. It's a little scary to think of what could be next. I'm not sure. What do you think? What possibly else could there be?
What else is on the cutting edge of technology?
Like holograms.
Don't know what they are.
Holograms are... Have you ever seen Star Trek?
No.
The TV show? Where there's environments created completely electronically, but people can exist in them. But they're really just electronic images of trees or...
Yeah, not a real world.
Yeah, but it's not real.
This young man was trying to impress his first date, and she says, "What do you do for a living?" He says, "I'm on the cutting edge of technology." And his buddy says, "That's right, he mows the lawn at IBM."
That's a good
Where do we want to go from here? You are doing what? Can you go for taking care of that button? Do you want to go see another one? I cannot leave here until Meals for Wheels come. I qualified for Meals for Wheels.
Good.
They're good. They are good.
Yep, they are good. My grandma got them for a little bit.
Oh, she did?
Not Harriet, the other one.
Oh, the other one.
Yeah.
She liked them.
Yeah, she's got kind of a stomach. She's got a definite stomach problem, so
Harriet
she couldn't.
had a stomach problem.
Yeah, and then my other grandmom too, so she couldn't really eat. She can't eat everything, but then she would give them to my dad because she supports my father, so it was helpful for her because it fed him too.
Oh.
Yeah.
All we have to do is
I think
wait.
you'll enjoy them.
Oh, I do. We have to wait from 11 to 1. That's their window.
Okay.
And I can't go to the museum until then. So tell me what you're doing.
Let's look more.
Are you getting what you want for the 5,000th first show? And are you getting everything finally for this documentary of yours, which I think is in the 3rd decade, isn't it?
Yes. Well, I think I want to get a lot of footage, so.
Okay, then let's...
So we can really understand who you are.
Is your camera over there doing fine? Oh, Victoria, I bet you can use this. This is a still camera battery for my Canon still camera. This, honey, does that look usable to you? That's for a still camera, a Canon.
This may be good for a camera for the organization that I work with that teaches photography, but not my personal camera.
Not your personal camera?
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
Well, I think you better take it, honey, because it's old and it can't be lasting much longer.
Okay.
This is your back-to-school present.
Thank you. I need markers, too. Thank you so much.
It's the yellow and an orange one for highlighting.
I'll need it. I have one class that has a lot of reading.
Oh.
Thanks. Leaving M&N, not just because of the people and the work, but also the equipment.
Are we rolling?
Yep.
These are my 3 brothers, Sony Mini DVs. And it had just occurred to me that supposing Sony stops making Mini DVs, what do I play my tapes back on? Vicky says they won't, yet they stopped making the Sony Portapack. If I hadn't transferred the reel-to-reel half-inch Sony Portapack to 8mm, where would I be today? Oh, well, anyway, here's brother number 1. And the thing that Sony does that's so interesting, folks, is that the first edition is always the best. This came with a remote so that I could sit here and look into a camera and do a close-up. And then zoom out. It had a zoom. And that's this one right here. It's the HC21. And it came with a built-in lens cap. You don't know how much better that is. They have a built-in lens cap, right, Vicky?
Mm-hmm.
Because a lens cap loose is dangling and makes noise, and sometimes it gets in the picture at the wrong time and you've lost that shot forever. Okay, so guess what happened? After about a year and a half, the LCD began to be yellow, and then it went red, and then it went completely. It has no LCD, but it still takes the most beautiful picture. Vicki, this is interviews of people, all in broadcasting or cable. This feature is called...
I'm going to record this one then.
Isn't she pretty? You met a lot of very beautiful women who were in high management positions in broadcasting and cable. There's Schuler. You want anything of Schuler? Look at that organ. Look at it. Well, but it still takes a beautiful picture.
I'm just going to turn
down
this
one,
How's that?
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. This is what we need. We need more Robert Schulers. Look at every one of those people, what I was saying, unique. And, but it still takes a magnificent picture. And sometimes I will use it to shoot the videos and to shoot the videos here because I can use the remote. Okay, so then we moved on to Sony Mini DV2. Nothing wrong with him. He's still good, but supposing he blows. Because this one won't play back anymore, because you can't use an LCD. That's how you play back. And this one is the one I just bought a couple months ago. Now this is, see, when the cheaper edition comes out, it's the same price as the original edition. Guess what? No remote, no built-in lens. Much, much cheaper. Oh, and this one had 4 fades. A mosaic fade, and a sepia fade, and all kinds of fades. 4 different fades. This one had 1 fade. This one I haven't explored yet. I'm like Vicky, I'm trying him out.
Why do you think they do that?
It's cost. They got to keep the price the same, and they can't put in the luxuries.
Because of what it costs the company?
Yeah. It costs so much more to make this camcorder than it did this one. And yet this one's going to sell at the same price as this one. So you have to cheapen it down, or you're out of business. Right? It's like making a Lincoln Continental. Why is it so expensive? Because of the cost that they put in it, the luxury they put in it. And so this one's the same price as this one. This is an HC21, this is an HC. HC stands for Handycam. HC21, HC28, and HC58. Look at all the models that have come in between these. Do you find this interesting? And this is your built-in lens cap. I'll show you. There he is. This is a blind organist. Isn't he wonderful?